Today, we're diving deep into the world of college football and the NFL and how your tax dollars play a significant role. I'm the ad analyst, and in this video, we're going to break down the deep connections between the NFL and college football. The relationship between the National Football League, NFL, and college football has a long and complex history that has significantly shaped the landscape of American football. This intricate interplay has influenced player development, rule changes, and the overall popularity of both the professional and collegiate versions of the sport. To understand the present-day dynamics between the NFL and college football, it is essential to delve into the historical evolution of their relationship. American football was essentially invented by universities like Yale, Harvard, Rutgers, and Princeton. It was adopted from other games called football that were popular across the world at the time, especially in England. Cousins of American football included what became rugby and association football, also known as soccer. Even though it was played at universities and by young men who were probably studying to become doctors and lawyers and whatnot, football was especially brutal. Injuries were common, and some people died from playing the game. In 1905, in an effort to make the game safer, 60 schools met at the behest of President Teddy Roosevelt and make rule changes that included, among other things, the forward pass, which helped create a version of the sport that looks much more like the one we know today. The NFL was established in 1920 as the American Professional Football Association, a direct response to the growing popularity of college football. During its early years, the NFL struggled to compete with college football in terms of viewership and fan support. College football, particularly in the East and Midwest, had deep-rooted traditions, storied rivalries, and a well-established fan base. However, NFL teams occasionally signed college football stars, offering them a chance to play professionally. Red Grange, a legendary college football player, signed with the Chicago Bears, significantly boosting the NFL's visibility. This marked one of the first instances of the NFL drawing talent from the college ranks. The NFL initiated a draft system to allocate college players to professional teams. This draft became the primary means of acquiring talent, forging a direct link between the NFL and college football. After World War II, the NFL underwent rapid expansion as more teams were added to the league. The 1960s saw major cultural shifts in the country. The NFL was able to embrace the new medium of television at a time when college football and also baseball shied away from televising games, fearing it would impact attendance. However, the NFL faced competition from an upstart league in drafting college talent, leading to bidding wars that frustrated owners. This league was called the American Football League. This led to discussions that culminated in a 1966 merger, effective in 1970, uniting the two leagues into the NFC and AFC that make up the NFL. This merger birthed the Super Bowl, initially known as the AFL-NFL World Championship game, becoming a cultural phenomenon and an annual showcase of American sports entertainment since its inception in 1967. Very quickly, the NFL became the most popular sports league in America, and the television rights to its games became the most valuable in the world. In the modern era, the relationship between the NFL and college football has continued to evolve. The NFL draft has become a marquee event, drawing significant media attention and fan interest. College football stars such as Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes have seamlessly transitioned into NFL stardom, highlighting the importance of college development. Additionally, the NFL has influenced rule changes in college football, as the two leagues have collaborated to improve player safety and align the game's regulations. The spread of offensive schemes and innovations from college football to the NFL, like the read option and spread offenses, demonstrates the ongoing exchange of ideas and strategies. So essentially, college football is pretty much the NFL's talent factory. Young players get to showcase their skills, bask in the college spotlight, and eventually make their way to the big leagues. But guess who's benefiting the most from all this? You got it. NFL owners. They've built their entire system on the foundation of college football, outsourcing their player recruitment, development, and training programs. Who needs a minor league when colleges are doing much of the recruiting and development work for you? It's like getting a free pass, saving the NFL tons of time and money. Let's compare football to baseball. Unlike football, baseball became popular as a professional sport first. Major League Baseball developed a system where several lower-tier leagues, known as minor leagues, help develop players so they can play in the big leagues. Unlike the NFL, MLB teams operate under strict franchise contracts with their minor league counterparts. Players can sign with a major league team right out of high school and play for their minor league affiliates. This robust farm system leaves college baseball as an avenue for athletes who are truly interested in the education side of things, while the minor leaguers can exclusively focus on playing the sport they're hoping to make it big in. To put it in perspective, MLB invests a whopping $1.03 billion a year in their minor leagues. And when you consider that their yearly revenue is around $10 billion, that's some serious commitment to player development. But college football isn't just the NFL's golden goose, it's their golden ticket too. They've crafted their entire system around it, skipping the hassle of building their own minor league and saving them a boatload of cash. With that extra dough, they can flex on marketing, upgrade their facilities, and bankroll those player paychecks. And guess who's funding this whole operation? More often than not, public universities. Public universities are using your tax dollars to fund college football, maintaining stadiums, splurging on coaching salaries, and upgrading facilities, all while you're left footing the bill. It's basically taxpayers unknowingly sponsoring the NFL's future stars. Ever wondered how much your state governments are dropping on college football? Brace yourselves. Some states are investing more in college sports than in education or essential services. Talk about some seriously skewed priorities. Now, to be clear, I love college football and think sports do a lot to bind communities together. However, when colleges, many of which are supposed to be public institutions, sign massive TV contracts, pay coaches insane salaries, and join ridiculous conferences, you've got to wonder where the excess will end. Consider the fact that, despite these insane contracts, research has shown that only 14 of the 120 Division I athletics programs actually make money. No wonder they're always hunting for a bigger TV deal. We need to demand more responsibility, as it is often regular students and taxpayers that find themselves getting the short end of the stick. As I've demonstrated, the NFL should have a massive vested interest in a college football system that is healthy and happy, not hungry and hurting for more and more cash. I'd like to see the NFL use even a tiny fraction of its massive amount of revenue in a positive way that preserves the traditions and regionalism that made it so successful before the system collapses under its own weight. So, as we wrap up this wild ride through football finances, remember, it's not just about touchdowns and tackles. It's a story of cold, hard cash, taxpayer support, and the NFL building its empire on the foundation of college football. If you found this video enlightening, drop that like, share it with your squad, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I regularly post sports highlights on YouTube Shorts, and I plan to make more long-form content like this about business, sports, and culture. This is my first ever video essay, so don't hesitate to leave any suggestions about what you'd like to see more of or what you think could be better. Thanks. This has been the Ad Analyst.